What's up, guys? It's my recap of my trade today. My first trade of the week. I lost, and it was really not the best psychological day for me today, if I'm being honest. I went against my bias. I risked a bit too heavy. I broke my rules. I forced a trade. So, I still got a lot of work to do, and that's just part of it. But here you see me, like I always do, pre-market, and I had a bearish bias today. We had a bunch of low resistance liquidity on the lows, as well as SMTs on the higher time frame. So let's get into the trade. So now this is where I'm kind of getting into the trade. In reality, I should have caught those shorts right there, but after missing out on those shorts, I got a bit messed up in the head. Like, my draw liquidity got hit, and I was like, you know what? This looks like a pretty decent long. We had a double inverse, but it wasn't. I also risked a bit too heavy, and the entry wasn't good. So yeah, it's just overall not good. But what am I gonna? Well, not what am I gonna do. I gotta get better. I gotta keep working on myself. I gotta improve. I have to, like, look on ES on the right side of the chart, or it's like perfect shorts. It was pretty much perfect shorts on NQ as well, but I had bad psychology day, and that happens, and I'm gonna learn from it, and I'm gonna get better from today, because days like today is where I get better. Days like today is how I'm gonna learn from my mistakes, and I'm gonna get better. So tomorrow, Friday, next week, next month, next year, when I'm trading, I'm gonna be a better trader than I was today. So off that double inverse, I went long, and yeah, look, trade just didn't play out. We also had news at 10 orange folder, which I don't mind trading before, but it made price pretty bad while I was in my trade, so it's not ideal. But I just want to talk a bit about the psychological aspect of trading, and how in reality it's like the toughest part. Like, the strategy isn't the tough part. It's really the psychological part, day in and day out. And today just wasn't the best day for that. So I gotta get better, and I gotta keep working, because I love trading and I want to be successful in trading. But of course, I understand it's not going to be a smooth road the whole time. So there's always ups and downs, and that's just life. So I got to keep working, keep going at it. And I'm just going to keep working. But today is just a day where I've made this mistake before, and now that I made it again, it's a bit frustrating. So I got to work on that. The fear of missing out, the fear of acting on my bias, the fear of, yeah, I gotta get better. That's it. No other way about it. I gotta get better. I had a perfect setup. I had a perfect setup for shorts, but my mind was like, no, 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 but we're gonna go up, even though my bias was bearish, which means I wanted us to go short. But we had to book. Yeah, to be honest, I shouldn't have even traded today. I should have got off after it booked my first draw. After it booked those lows, I should have got off. I shouldn't have even continued to trade. I should have just said it, just because I hadn't traded all week. So I was like, oh, let me get a trade in, but that's wrong. I shouldn't do that. So here you see in this trade, we also had an imbalance here. Off that respect, I thought I would, okay, I'm in a decent trade. But even if I won today, I don't think I would have considered it a win because it wasn't a winning day. It was a losing day. Psychology was bad. Everything was bad. So I'm actually happy I lost. I get to learn from this and I get to get better. So really not much more to say, but just a bit disappointed in myself. But as the day goes on, I'll get better and I'll be back tomorrow strong and I'll be back better tomorrow. And that's what counts. So just gonna see. I'm just gonna let this trade rip for. Just gonna see. I'm just gonna just bounce around for a bit, and then within like the next minute or so, I get stopped. So I'm gonna see you guys in the next trade recap.